level 3 wood wand with our molding scrap material that I discovered on the ground. So it found me. I mean, I was looking for it, but it found me. It jumped up at me and said, hey, hi, here I am. And so we've been practicing our O's, and we've been practicing our 1s, and we've been practicing our 2s. So we have a sense of how to move with this wood wand, with our upper bodies, with our feet planted in stationary positions that we've shifted around. And now we are ready to explore our spheres while we're moving through space. So now, because we have the wood wand and it expands further out than any of our other implements, we want to be even more aware of our environment so that we are not hitting anything or anyone, and staying within that sphere of mobility, because we don't necessarily need a big space to mobilize and work with level 3 and add some more momentum into our movement, which increases our cardiovascular workout. It also puts more force on our joints and our bones, which helps support those healthy bones and healthy joints. Especially because we've been paying attention to how we've been placing our feet. So we know that we've got a great alignment mechanically in our joint from our feet to our bones, to our knees, to all the places, because we've been thinking about it and practicing it, right? Great. So now we can incorporate all of it, level 2 arms with level O and with level 1, and keep that lower body moving around, and remember to breathe. The biggest ball that gets dropped for me in level 3 is breath. The next ball that gets dropped for me is core. So I know to pay attention to my breath and my core support as I am moving around, and awareness of my environment. Because what is level 3? We're juggling these spheres of consciousness. The more spheres of consciousness that we're juggling, the more likely we are to drop that ball of breath. When we drop that ball of breath, what happens? Carbon dioxide builds up in our muscles. The more the carbon dioxide builds up on our muscles, the more tension there is. The more tension there is in our muscles, the more likely they are to set off our pressure sensors that are our danger sensors that say, danger, warning. And then what happens? Our nervous system engages its protective system. And then what happens? Our energy is redirected and our resources are redirected and our biochemistry changes. And associated with that biochemistry is inflammation. That's no fun. So part of how we can help reduce the inflammation in our bodies is by breathing. Kind of amazing. Conscious breathing. And also practicing increasing the pressure in our systems by choosing challenges like this, which is increasingly upping the challenge that you're putting on your body, which makes it more challenging to consciously maintain awareness of your breath. Because life is challenging and we're juggling lots of things all the time, and we often lose awareness of our breath. And when we lose awareness of our breath, what happens? Shallow breathing. And then what happens? Carbon dioxide. And then what happens? Tense muscles. And then what happens? Warning, warning. And then what happens? And pain and discomfort and dysfunction. And that is an unpleasant way to navigate through space. So, we mobilize, we breathe, we choose our challenges. So our challenges are kind, more often than not, so that when we have to deal with unchosen challenges that are not kind and not preferred, we can handle them, we can recover quickly. We know how to stay breathing despite the increase in challenge because we were practicing it with our eustress training. And what we practice with our eustress training applies to our distress training. So there we go. Level 3. Remember, if anything falls, if you lose something, if you drop too many balls, if you lose your implement, which is another ball, it's a fourth ball is your implement, just return to being stationary and breathe and enjoy being a stationary sphere for a while. And when you're ready, move around, explore the different ways to move. How does it balance when I hold it at the end versus how it balances when I hold it in the middle? When I drop it, can I pick it up without bending down? Or not, maybe. Regardless, it's fine, because you can pick it back up again. And hopefully when you make mistakes in life and drop balls in life, you'll be able to pick them back up again too. Not all of them, but hopefully most of them, right? Level 3, wood wand, intuitive movement, elementally intuitive movement, elemental implement manipulation. And I'll see y'all next week.